Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to use your mascara makeup that you have purchased. And let's get started. So in this tutorial, I'm gonna be using a dampened perfector sponge. When you get this, you're gonna wanna go ahead and get it completely submerged in water and completely squish, get all of that water out. I even like to put it in a towel and really dry it off. Okay, so we're gonna be using perfector sponge. We're gonna be using our Buffy brush, and we're gonna be using our blush and bronzer brush. Okay, so what I want you to start with first is I want you to grab your Buffy brush, and using the smaller end, we're gonna go ahead and pick up a little bit of our contour. Your contour is gonna be the darkest color that you were color matched to by me. So when you go into your contour, you're gonna notice that the contour is a little bit of a thicker consistency. So don't be alarmed by that. Your highlights are a little bit easier to pick up, and your contour is a little bit tougher. So I like to kind of dip in and kind of press. So I want you to get in there, and I want you to press in to your contour. Okay, and now I want you to take your finger and I want you to feel your cheekbone, and I want you to keep moving your fingers down until you feel squishy. Once you feel squishy, that's where we want to put our contour. We want to start at the top of our ear and we want to bring down at an angle. So I'm going to start up here and I'm going to bring down, bring down, bring down. Okay, now listen up. Also, we don't want to go past the corner of our eye. At most, we don't want to go past the our pupil. Okay, so go ahead and get that there. Don't be scared of your contour. It is going to blend, okay? So we're gonna get the other side now. And this is gonna be trial and error. The more you practice with your makeup, the better you're gonna get. All right, so that's our first line. That's our second line. And then we're gonna do a line up here on our forehead. We're gonna do a total of 4 lines, okay? So we're just gonna bring it around, kind of bring it up into the hairline there. Okay, bringing it down on either side. Okay. All right. And we're gonna take and we're gonna find our jaw, and we're just going to outline our jaw with our contour. So the idea of contour is we want to create shadow on our face. So let's bring this down and around. And if you have a little bit of a double chin, you can bring it down just below your chin there, and it'll kind of help to hide that. And then we're gonna bring a little bit on either side of our esophagus here. And the reason why we do this is because this creates the illusion that we have a longer neck, okay? So we got our cheeks, we got our forehead, and yours might be a little bit darker on you than mine, and that's okay, because like I said, we're gonna blend it all out, so it's not something to be alarmed for. I've gotten a little bit of sun, so I probably should darken up my contour. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is nose contour. You don't have to do nose contour if you do not want to. I do like to do nose contour, so I'm gonna show you how to do your nose contour. So we're gonna take our Buffy brush, the same brush we've been using, the smaller end, and see how it comes to a point. We're gonna kind of turn it upside down, and I'm just gonna pop it in. Actually, I'm gonna use my shadow. I like to use a different one on my nose and on my eyebrows. So I'm gonna take the bottom. You can kind of see that I have it on there, and we're just gonna kind of press it on to the side of my nose right there. Okay, on either side of your nose bone, you're just gonna press, press, press. Okay, I'm just gonna press it and bring it up to your eyebrow. Press, bring it up. Okay, there you have it. Okay, moving on. This next step, you can use your fingers or you can use your brush. We are gonna apply our highlight. Now we're still using our Buffy brush. We're gonna use the bigger end of our Buffy brush. I personally like to use my fingers because I like to see where the placement's gonna go. And then I like to use my Buffy brush to kind of blend it in. So I'm gonna dip in, first and foremost, I'm gonna dip into my brightening highlight, and your brightening highlight is gonna be the lighter of the 2 highlights that you have. So we're gonna put a couple on our forehead right in here. We're gonna bring some just down the tip of our nose in between our nose contour. Okay, we're gonna put one right here under our tear duct, another one on the other side. Okay, we're gonna put a little couple on our chin there. We're gonna put one right above our Cupid's bow. And I like to put a little bit just below my contour. And you barely have to dip your finger into your contour or into your product. It is gonna come on your hand. It's going to be very present on your finger, okay? And a little bit of this product goes a long way. So if you realize the first go around that you've put on way too much makeup, then next time, go a little lighter handed. Okay, now we're gonna pop into our other highlight. It's gonna be the darker of the two. And we're just gonna pop it over our eyebrow, coming down our temple. Okay, and then we're gonna pop it right under our eye, meeting up at our temple, under our eye, meeting up at our temple, down below our contour, on either side of our chin, either side of our lip. I like to do a little one on the tip of my nose there. And then over here. Okay. And then I like to actually take a little bit of my brightening and pop it on either side of my nose. Okay, so now I look like a cheetah. This is kind of called the cheetah hack, okay? So let's take the bigger end of our brush and we're gonna start blending, okay? So we're gonna start blending in. I want you to leave your contour alone. We're just gonna kind of blend around our contour. We're gonna blend in all of our highlight. For those ladies that have wrinkly skin, I want you to stipple. And what that means is I want you to just tap, 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 tap. I want you to tap in your makeup. Do not press and slide because it's going to move the makeup around the wrinkles. You want the makeup to fall into the wrinkles and you want it to just sit there, okay? We don't want to create a bunch of swipes all over your face. So if you have wrinkles, I want you to not swipe, I want you to stipple. Okay, so we're just gonna make sure that we got it all in. I wear glasses, so I'm gonna look at this right now. Okay. Bringing it down. Bringing this up. Remember, we always wanna lift up our face. We never want our face to fall down. We want it to be lifted, lift. Okay? All right. So, once you have all of your highlight, and remember, we're not going to go into the contour. We're not going into the contour. We're leaving that alone. Now we're moving on, okay? We're moving on to our perfector, our dampened perfector sponge, okay? So I'm gonna have you start with your cheeks. So we're just gonna lay it sideways and just start to kind of tap it in. You do not want your contour to completely disappear. You just want it to kind of blend better, okay? You still want there to be a shadow there, okay? All right, see how nice that looks now compared to that? And let's go ahead and do that on this side. And I'm just tapping. I'm not doing anything crazy, anything different than what you can do at home, okay? All right, so we got that. Now we're gonna take the pointier end and we're gonna just press in to our nose contour. Press in, because I'm pushing in the highlight too. Press in to our nose contour. Not swiping it, just pressing it. Just pressing, okay? Up into our eyebrow there. All right, so you can see smaller ones there. So you can see that it looks really good. Okay, so now see the line I have, the harsh line that I have on my forehead? We're gonna take the butt of it and we're just gonna tap, 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 tap. You can do smaller taps if you wanna do smaller taps. Smaller taps, smaller taps, smaller taps. Okay, so there we have it. So that's nice and blended. All right, so that's nice and blended. And now we're going to go ahead and apply our bronzer. If you did get a bronzer, then we're gonna take our blush and bronzer brush and I'm gonna go ahead and pop into my Bella bronzer and my Glow Illuminator. I'm taking the bigger end of it. So I'm just gonna pop into both sides there. And we're gonna place this just below our contour, going in a circular motion, coming down the sides of our face here. Coming down the sides of our face here. And if you purchased the blush and bronzer brush and did not purchase the Buffy brush, then I will make you a different video. Okay, so then I'm gonna pop back in this again. Okay, and then we're just gonna kind of put this just above our cheeks. And I barely touch this into my product. This product, a little bit goes a long way. You do not have to put on a bunch of product. This is like super pigmented, and it does not require a lot of application to get the look you're looking for, okay? All right, so then there's that. And then I'm gonna bring this down into my neck, and I'm blending down my bronzer, okay? And I'm getting rid of that harsh line. Remember, we put that contour down there? We're just gonna go ahead and use this part, and we're just gonna feather it out. If you don't put bronzer on, then you can still use this bigger end to just go ahead and get out that contour line, okay? Now we're gonna take our smaller end of our blush and bronzer brush, and we're gonna go ahead and pick up some of our lip and cheek. So you're just gonna tap in to yours, okay? And I want you to kind of find the balls of your cheeks, and that's where we wanna put this. And we're just gonna do it just on the balls of our cheek, and then just kind of feather it up just a hair. Balls of the cheek, feather it up. Other side. Balls of cheek, feather up. And I'm stippling this, guys. I'm not swiping, I'm stippling. I'm just tapping in a circular motion. Okay, this is cream makeup. Cream makeup will move if you make it move. We don't want this to move. We want to put this in place, and we want to just get it where it needs to be, okay? All right, so there's that. Perfect. Okay, moving on. For those of you that are gonna be using our contour for your eyebrows, this is the Hotline brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop into my shadow contour right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows real quick. So I'm just kind of swiping it around, outlining what I already have, just trying to kind of thicken it up. It's kind of a little bit wispy here and there, and I just need to kind of clean up my eyebrows without having microblading done. So I just kind of, you can do this with your eyeshadows if you prefer to do eyeshadows. I prefer contour. I like the coverage of contour for myself, but everybody is different, so that's totally fine. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do this. Okay, and then bringing up and down, just filling in my brow. Okay. All right. I think that will do. All right, so we got that done. Perfect. And now we are gonna go ahead and at this time, we need to set our makeup. We're gonna set our makeup. So if you don't have a setting spray, you need to get one. We actually are out of our Stay Spray right now. So I just have this Morphe. I got it from Sephora. I wanna say, no, I actually got it from Morphe's website. But at this time, we wanna take our perfector sponge, and we wanna just spray on our perfector sponge. And we're just gonna tap this all over very lightly. We don't wanna move our makeup. That's not the idea here. We're just trying to set it. And if you do use a contour to do your eyebrows, we want to set those too, because contour is also cream, and we don't want our makeup to move, okay? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. And then once you've done that, and if you don't have a setting spray, that's okay. We don't have to, I'm just showing you the steps that I prefer you do that is gonna get the best benefit for your actual makeup on day to day. Okay, so I am a combination oily, so I'm gonna use my translucent setting powder. You do want to set your makeup with a powder. If it's not a translucent loose setting powder, you can, I can let you know when our Vanilla Dust setting powder is back in stock. It is currently out of stock right now. And this is good for just your dry to normal skin. If you are oily, I would recommend a loose setting powder. All right, so I'm gonna use my perfector sponge to go ahead and put this on, and I'm just gonna place this in all the areas that I have my main highlights. Okay, so I'm just gonna place it there, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put some up here, over here, and just kind of, and once again, I'm not swiping, never swiping. Only stippling, just patting. All right, so I have a little bit on my nose. Let's get that there. And I'm gonna put a little bit on my eyebrow because I put that contour there. Okay, all right. Moving forward. Now, if you got yourself some illuminator, some of the great areas that you want to place an illuminator is going to be where the sun would naturally fall on your face. Okay, so the sun would naturally fall around your nose area. So I'm going to put a little bit of my rose gold. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the tip of my nose here. Okay. And I'm going to put a little bit over my Cupid's bow. Okay, let's put a little bit of lipstick on. I'm using Tropicana right now. Okay, and if you have a cream illuminator, you can just use your finger to just place it just above your blush. Okay, just over the top of your cheekbone. Just tapping in and picking up a little bit on my finger. And we're stippling on this one too. Remember, just tap, 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 tap. We don't want to get in the habit of swiping anymore. We want to just tap it in. Okay? And if you're wondering, why is she putting illuminator on over her powder? Because I have oily skin, I like to set my makeup and then place the illuminator over my powder. Okay, so there you have it. That is our how-to highlight and contour using our Buffy brush, our B-square brush, and our perfector sponge. If you have any further questions for me and you need a little bit more help, go ahead and message me and I will definitely help you take care of any questions that you might have. I hope this helped.